Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $sign ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NHL action tonight, the night before Thanksgiving. The San Jose Sharks versus the Seattle Kraken. Release the Kraken. And I apologize for being a little bit late. Thank God they did not start this game exactly at 7 p.m. Pacific time because I was working on a new thumb and I didn't realize how long it was going to take me to get it perfect. You know, I always try to be a perfectionist on things, so it took me a little bit longer, but I think that it's worth it. So here we go, the debut of the brand new thumb. Let's go, baby. And I had to hit Maddie, with a different look. Once I ended up having my original look with Maddie with the dark jersey, I figured, I can't have two black jerseys on the same thumbnail. That just wouldn't be right. So I was like, okay, I got to find another photo to use. And they're very hard to format on the hockey photos, especially with the sticks and the other things that they have in the background. It's probably the hardest picture to crop and get rid of the background to make it look clean. And this one definitely, it takes me normally about 45 minutes to an hour to make a thumb. This one took me about an hour and a half because I got it all the way done. And then I said, nah, I gotta start over and I gotta make sure it looks clean. And I'm happy this one turned out good. And let's go, baby. I'm ready to go. Like I said, we got a good matchup. And it is a matchup that I think the Kraken can win. We got to. And Megan with a tour to get us started. Hey, let's defend the deep. And I saw that those new jerseys that they released. Oh my! I was like, if I had extra money, I would be getting one. It's got the felt stitched in the front with the big S. With the Kraken, kind of made from that old school team. Was one of the very first teams that ended up winning an NHL championship back in the day in like 1917. And they redid the jerseys based off that style, except with the S in the front. Instead of it saying Kraken, it said Seattle, Seattle on the front. But I thought they did a very, very good job. I saw a lot of pictures online and on socials, and I think they did a magnificent job with those new jerseys for the Winter Classic. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $2. Let's go. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. I appreciate you very, very much. Daniel in the building, what's good? Ryan in the building, what's good? Boston beating the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's go. Sarah in the building, what's good? Matt in the building, what's good? Let's go. Dark blue. Yeah. Well, with the photos, obviously, I'm not colorblind, but it's a very, very dark. Yes, you are correct. Ryan with a fiver, appreciate you. $5 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Let's go. $5 holla. Let me know what you want. I assume you want some Boston Celtic photos. Once we get into like a commercial break, I'll start throwing those up as well. $7.93 to go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I know they were leaking pictures, but I wanted to be able to see pictures of like, not like through the Kraken, but like through fans. So that way you can actually get them a little bit more close up and you can see video of them like kind of touching the different parts of the jersey, doing close ups in and out and whatnot. That way I can really get a gauge. Because sometimes even with an HD 4K photo, like they did in their photo shoot with the Vegas Golden Knights with their kind of a Winter Classic jersey. Ours is much better color wise. I thought it looked much better than theirs. But it's like when you're wearing it on a model or on a player, and sometimes the camera's a little bit farther away, you can't see all those little details up close. And just like you, like me, we're an attention to detail kind of people. So we love to be able to see all the little details, all the little stitchings and things like that. So absolutely. Let me get some of those going here for you. And I hope everyone is having a good day here before Thanksgiving. And we're about to get the puck drop. Baby, let's go. Release the Kraken. Let's go. I'm happy that I was able to get the initial puck drop. Oh, there's that handsome man. Let's go. It's about the hack. It's about a hack attack. Let's go. We need you, hack. Everly, oh! I was about to say we already got goals already. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Get you a couple hack photos here. We'll get to a few more once we get into the commercial break. Thank you so much for your support. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, when I saw the Knights jersey, I was like, wow, that's going to be the comparison to the Kraken. I mean, they could have come up with like maybe a better design than that. I mean, I know what their colors are, but that's the difference when you end up having bright colors like a like a Kraken blue or a green apple ducks. When you have or the Seahawks blue, or the throwback blue through the Seahawks or Mariner blue. Like when you have certain colors, they pop a little bit more than the jerseys. And I don't know what to think about that. The Vegas Golden Knight, the Winter Classic jersey. It kind of looks like a garage sale, like cheap knockoff. Like I don't know. It doesn't really look good. I imagine the Vegas fans love it because it'll give them another jersey to buy. But as far as like aesthetically, just looking at it compared to the Kraken, it's very clear which one is nicer and which one pops a little bit more with the eyes. I love the stitching with the felt in the front and the back with the numbers. It looks very clean. Like I said, there's a few jerseys that I can definitely stop it. That I can definitely see myself in the future, hopefully trying to grab. Go, baby, go! Yeah! Let's go! Yes, that's the sort that I wanted to see. Yes. I mean, we already came out really aggressive, and so we almost had like a goal earlier about a minute before. Oh, the only thing that I'm upset about right now is Eugenio Suarez getting traded to the Diamondbacks for a bag of potato chips and another bag of potato chips. But again, obviously they're trying to cut payroll. But he's one of the heart and soul players. Oh, baby. Let's go. And like I said, it's like we need third base. So I know we're going to be looking at the people that are available. But like I said, you got to think the heart and soul of the team is JP Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, and Eugenio Suarez. Now, one of the guys that's the heart and soul of the team gets to go to a team that's better than us with Corbin Carroll. And I imagine they're freaking excited. Their whole fan base is like, yes, the Mariners are stupid again. And lo and behold, us making a mistake and dropping one of our really good players. Now, could he have been a better hitter last year? Did he strike out too much? Yes. Was he batting in the low 200s? Yes. But there's not very many people that are better than Eugenio Suarez at third base on defense. He's top 5, top 6 defensively in the MLB. So I don't know who we're going to be able to bring in. If we bring in a better bat, that's fine. But what about the defensive side? Third base is one of the hardest positions to play in baseball. So that was big news that my phone blew up, obviously from my boy Justin, Sarah, and a few others. And we're not happy, right now with that move. And like I said, Jerry DePoto, he might have to go. Like I said, we'll see who we bring in, but I don't know. Like they say this like Juan Soto rumor that maybe he'll come to the Mariners, but I don't know if I really want Juan Soto to come. I'm not really a huge fan of him to begin with. I feel that he's kind of overpaid and he's like a big name, but he doesn't always produce. So I guess if those are the type of guys that they may be looking at, but the Mariners don't like to spend money, and anyone that we have that's good, they love to get rid of. So it just sucks. So we'll see where it goes. We will see. Let's go. All right, I got to get some more photos up here for Ryan as well once we get to a commercial break. I love it. I'm glad that we got off to a fast start. I'll get some more photos up here for y'all. Kenneth, baby. Turbo, baby. Go, Maddie. Oh, We're playing like Thanksgiving is tomorrow. You can feel like the energy, like we're really trying to get off to a good start, and I love it. You know, and we just need to be able to hang on to leads, and I'm really thankful that we're at home. Let's go, Brendan. You the man, Turbo. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. What a start. Yeah, I like the Sharks jerseys. I mean, the logo is really cool. I mean, regardless if you're like you and you love Jaws and they played the Jaws, you said, for their little theme song or their intro and whatnot. I mean, they've always had a very, very cool logo over the years, even with the little modifications here and there. But primarily, I mean, it's very stylish. It looks very, very good. But today, we got to release the Kraken. We got to get this dub. We got to get this dub. Nice job, Turbo. Ha I love it. Nice job, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I have not looked at the Canucks jersey as of late, but if you send me a photo, oh, puck out of play. So we got Joey Decod because we already know Gru is injured or going through some things. So and then when are we going to see a Dredja? Has Hack mentioned when we are going to rotate him in as well? So we brought him up from Coachella, and I assume that he'll be able to get an opportunity sooner than later, right? Depending on how long Gru is out. I always like the option to have three guys to rotate with rather than just sticking with one guy or hoping the backup can end up doing a good job. But I mean, out of the three, we got to find at least one guy that can hit us into a nice rhythm, and then hopefully we get to a point where 2 out of 3, and then hopefully 3 out of 3, and then no matter who we have in net, we can feel comfortable. So let's go. Another one. Let's go. I don't know how many goals we're trying to get today. Are we trying to get 5 today? Go, baby. Jared McCann. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see it, though. Let me see it. Man, we were just on fire today. Wow! Let's go! Oh, we are rolling. Oh my gosh. Yes. Wow. Nice job, Jared. He is so crafty. Yes, what a pass. I mean, this is the type of Kraken hockey that we were playing last year going into the playoffs. Let's go. Goal in 3 of the last 5 games for McCann. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, no goal on a coach's challenge. Ah, it's tough. Ryan, are you still in the room or are you busy? So let me know when you're if you're in the room or if you're busy and whatnot. So that way, once we go to commercial and whatnot, I can throw up some Tatum or some Jalen Brown. I didn't get to watch. I didn't get to watch a lot of the basketball. Ooh, look at those color schemes! Wow, those are cool looking. Well, looks the excitement was a little bit overwhelmed. I thought we were going to have a 2-0 lead, but appreciate you too, Sarah. Like I said, we got a nice family, here, and as long as I keep grinding, eventually, good things are going to happen. I'm not really sure what the breakthrough will be exactly, but as long as we're putting our hat in many different events, we're going to be able. Like even last night with the Blazer game, I didn't assume that we would get that many views on that game on Twitter and on YouTube, but you never know, And like I said, if YouTube pushes the channel through the algorithm and does it as a recommendation and people actually click on it, you never know, how many new subs that you may be able to get just based off one stream. Like one stream alone, you could end up getting 20 to 50 new subs depending on how many people they push it to. So you just got to be able to keep grinding it out. And we'll be doing plenty of NHL with the Kraken, plenty of NBA, especially once the NFL and college football seasons end. And then it'll be primarily wrestling, WWE pay per views once a month. And we'll be doing that this weekend. And then obviously it'll be a lot of NBA, college hoops, and NHL sprinkled out throughout the week. But we got a lot of football still to be had. So all right, we're still at 1-0 Kraken when we had that. All right, I just wanted to make sure that you were here. What do you want specifically, brother? Do you want to have Tatum? I'm looking at the stat line from the game, so that way I can see what we're dealing with. Anytime you can beat the Bucks is a good sign, and it was close. It was a 3-point win, so and you were at home, so Giannis had 21, Lillard had 27, Lopez had 28, Middleton had an off game with 12. That's probably why you guys ended up winning. What you guys have? Tatum with 23, Porzingis with 21. That was a big pickup for you guys. White with 13. I like him as well. Jalen Brown with 26. So he ended up being the leading scorer. Nice. And like I said, Porzingis normally has like injury problems, but if you try to make him the number one player on the team, he's going to struggle. He doesn't want to have all that attention. He wants to be able to be like the third or fourth best player on the team so he naturally can kind of blend in and not have that pressure of being the one or the two. So now he's like the 3 or the 4, and it's working out like brilliantly for the Celtics. And as long as he doesn't get injured, that might be the difference between Boston making it, to the Eastern Conference Finals or not, or possibly representing the East and making the NBA Finals, especially if you can have Tatum, Brown, and a big man with Porzingis, and then have a little of White and some of the other guys sprinkled in as well. So it's all about his health. Can he stay healthy? And, if he can prove that he can stay healthy, that could be the difference between Boston going a little bit further this season, I believe. All right, we're still knotted up here at 1-0. Uh, Seattle tomorrow. I'm going to still do the game for the Niners and the Hawks. Is that what you're asking? crazy. Like, even though I've been a Blazer fan longer than a Kraken fan, the Kraken games get me more excited. Like I said, I mean, I guess if the Blazers had a full strength team, then maybe it would be a little bit more exciting for me. Even if we're a terrible team, but if everyone is healthy out there, no Scoot, no Anthony Simons, it's like half the starting lineup is injured, so it's not as enjoyable, but I can still enjoy a little bit. But man, hockey is so much better than the NBA most of the time. I mean, unless you're like Ryan and you like the Celtics, but I mean, I'm not a Celtic fan. So again, if I was a Celtic fan or a Buck fan, or a Golden State Warrior fan, then you're having a great time every night. It doesn't matter. But most of us are not blessed with a superstar team like that. You know, I like the hockey action a little bit more too. It's more exciting. 80s and 90s, that's where the NBA was the top, the number one sport, in obviously the United States of America back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, NBA was one of the top, but now I feel it's like MLB, NHL, and NFL, and college football. Like everything is ahead of it. But there still is good matchups like today. Like if I didn't have anything going on, doing the Bucks and Celtics live play-by-play reactions, that is a matchup that I could actually do. And it's two of the top, 5 or 6 teams in the NBA. And I actually like both of those teams. And I like superstars on both of them. So you got Dame, you got Middleton, you got Lopez, you got Giannis, and then on the other side, you got, Tatum, you got Brown, you got Porzingis. So, that would have been a scenario down the road where maybe I do a game like that. All right, let me see if I can throw up a couple here. Well, let me see if I can get you a logo here. One sec. All right, see here. All right, I had to hit you with a Celtic logo. We got to make sure we're throwing that up too. You get a couple Celtic photos for you, bro. Appreciate you. Tomas Hurdle. Still 1-0 with 10 minutes to go. Appreciate you. Let me hit you with a Jaylen Brown here real quick, and I'll get back to the action. Record with the smother. There we go. Got one more for you. Appreciate you. Let's go. That might be the coolest Celtic one I got, besides like Larry Bird ones and old school ones. Let's go. Giving me D Brown vibes from back in the day. You either know or you don't. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Go Kraken. Come on. Oh. Oh. Let's go. Another goal. Hopefully this one counts. Let's go. 2-0 Kraken, baby. This one should hold up. Is that my boy Bjorkstrand? Bjorkstrand, baby. I've been asking for Bjorkstrand for a minute, for weeks. Let's go. Heck yeah. Nice job, Oliver. It's like getting the other guys involved. That's what we need. Exactly. Awesome. Good stuff, baby. Nice job, Oliver. Oh, we got a big collision. Man down for the Sharks. Hopefully he's okay. First in 7 games. It's been a minute, baby. Let's go. Nice job, O. Heck yeah. Let's go, baby. Borky. $7.93 to go. Oh, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Kraken. Release the Kraken, baby. I'm not sure if we could have asked for a better start today. And hopefully Jared will end up getting a goal later today. So that way that he'll get the goal that got taken back from him. Let's go. Well, San Jose's been struggling, but the Kraken have too. 3-14-1, Seattle 7-8-5. So it hasn't been pleasant for either of our teams this season. Yeah, but I'll still show love, to the other teams and other fans and whatnot. It's not like I don't got the Shark logo and whatnot. I was actually gonna throw up. I got Tomas Hertel. I got a nice one here. Little Tomas. It's always good to be able to, know who's who. Oh, what's good, baby? And I will give the San Jose Sharks credit with that logo. That logo is killer. I like it. As long as Tomas Hertel does not dominate us. Go Lions tomorrow, baby. All right, 2-0 Kraken. Could be 3-0, but we had one goal taken away, and this is the most aggressive. Oh! Are you kidding me? This is the best that we've done all year. I'm not sure if we've scored like this. I mean, we had one taken away, but I mean, we're talking 3-0, could be 4-0, and there's like plenty of time to get more. Wow, let's go. I mean, most of the time we'll get goals and it'll be like 1-0, 2-0, then 2-1, then 2-2, then 3-3, 3-2, 4-3, and then eventually we end up losing when the other team catches up. But wow, top shelf, dink donk, bing bong. Wow. Adam Larson. I don't even know what I'm watching right now. Sports gods are like, you don't want to be entertained today? Yes, I do. Larson, my goodness, top shelf? Adam. My God, that was nice. Everly's just everywhere, huh? Three zero Kraken. Let's go. Nice job. Ha ha. 3-0 Kraken, baby. Unbelievable. We deserve this, though. I mean, obviously, I know San Jose feels the same thing, with just struggling this season, but I don't think San Jose is in position to be a playoff team. They don't have the same type of team that the Kraken have. We've just been underachieving and not being able to hang on to, a lead in the third period and overtime and whatnot, and just trying to close games out. And, I feel that the Kraken can be a playoff team, but, you know, obviously with that slow start, we got to be able to make up for that, dig ourselves out of that hole, and we're slowly doing that. Let's go. I'll like and retweet your stuff, brother. I always like helping people out and supporting. Boom. I got you. I liked it, brother. I always like supporting my friends. That's something that more people should do, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got friends and regardless of what they post, you know what I mean? Depending on what it is, I mean, you support people, It's like especially it's like if I see someone like on my timeline on Facebook, and they don't have like any likes on their post, but it's like regardless if it's a cool thing or not a cool thing or something that you like or don't like, it doesn't matter. You support them, you know? That's how it's supposed to be. Friends supporting friends. Like we can't act like likes and shares and retweets and subs are like the most precious thing on planet Earth. Like Lord of the Rings, like the ring. Like some people treat like, every single like or share or a subscription to, a certain channel like the most precious thing on planet Earth. It's like, okay, I get it, but it's you don't need to be stubborn with the like button. You can show some love. Oh, I did. We just got to make sure we watch out for Hurdle. That's their best player on San Jose, leading in goals and assists, leading on almost every statistical category for them. Man, this feels good. It's like the Blazers played tonight against the Jazz, but I already did that yesterday. And I was actually hoping there was a Kraken game yesterday, but now we have it before Thanksgiving, and I like to be able to bounce back and forth. But I would prefer to do more Kraken games in general, but especially since the Blazers are injured and they're terrible. If the Kraken are losing, I can still enjoy it more than watching the Blazers lose. Unless the NBA product overall gets a facelift and things improve dramatically, but I don't see that happening for the rest of my life. So I think the NBA will be the lowest on my pecking order for the rest of my life. I don't see it getting anywhere close to the 80s and 90s on where it was. So less than 6 minutes to go. What a lead. 3-0. Could be 4-0. What's the record for goals for us, Megan, this year as far as goals in a period? I know we talked about it before. What was the record? Or maybe we did how many we actually scored, the most that we scored in a game, somewhere between 5 and 7, like you were mentioning early on in the season. And then most goals in a period, 3. It's got to be 3 or 4 in a period. So this has got to tie, the most that we've scored in a period this season, unless we've gotten 4 in a single period. 5-0. 7. So we've had 5 goals in a period, and then 7 was the largest win, and that was at the beginning of the year, around the beginning of the year, right? I mean, 1 goal feels good. 2 goals feels great. 3, you're like in a dream, and anything above that, you're just like, oh my god, this is like bliss. But of course, if you're San Jose, you're like, you probably turned it off already. Chicken probably turned it off. Frustration. Oh, Kraken, I see you. I thought Maddie was going to score there. What a great first period. Lauren in the building. What's good? What do you think about DePoto's dumbass getting rid of Gino? Stupid. I mean, I think a lot of people are wanting refunds on season tickets. I didn't hear one positive comment. I mean, there's a lot of people, it is a salary dump. And I know that he struck out a lot. And I know that he was batting in the low 200s. But he was the heart and soul of the team with J.P. Crawford and Julio. You don't get rid of a guy like that unless you bring someone in. And we'll see who DePoto brings in. But for the guys that he brought in the trade was terrible. Like, are we even going to use those guys? Like, I'm just getting sick and tired of getting rid of a good piece and getting 2 shitty pieces in return. Like and then we're not going to go for Shohei Ohtani. We're not going to spend any money. And then if we do spend money, like, what are we going to get? Like Juan Soto? Like, we don't want him. I mean, I guess if it was like Juan Soto or Blake Snell, I would rather have Blake Snell, but we need hitting. I guess we can hope for Jorge Soler or Cody Bellinger. I'm not really sure what direction they're going to go. I mean, I know we have some second baseman and shortstop that we can move over to third base, but I don't know. And also, too, Gino is one of the top 10 defenders at third base. What are the chances that we get someone that's a better hitter than Gino that bats 250 and up, but he's probably going to be a shittier defender. So that's not going to help us win games if they keep giving up, line drives down third base and our third baseman sucks ass. So not the news that I wanted to see. Well, yeah, it was definitely a salary dump, but I didn't hear one person that was happy with it. Everyone loves Gino. Everyone loves Eugenio Suarez. I don't think there's anyone, good vibes, baby, right? Very frustrated with that, Now, it's one thing if we got rid of Gino and then we, got someone like Chapman or like, Shohei, and we got a collective, set of guys, but Mariners haven't spent money since the Robinson Cano era. So that's the last time we really spent money, and we weren't even really a good team. So, but I'll tell you what, a lot of people are very jaded right now, and they're not happy. And I feel some people are going to sell their season tickets, and they're not going to go as often. I mean, we're trying to build a championship team, not go backwards and rebuild after making the playoffs. So. Maddie, almost. How are you doing? How is the wifey and the kids and your friends? How's everything going for you lately, Lauren? I'll be doing the Thanksgiving stream with Seahawks and Niners. So I'm gonna make sure I get back around 2 or 3 o'clock. That way I can walk Paisley after visiting family and getting some food and bringing home some leftovers. And then I'm gonna have to do a thumbnail prep for that. And then I will be live doing that game. But it looks like there's quite a few injuries. No K9, no Kenneth Walker the third. Gino is questionable. So that sucks. I mean, you need everyone healthy to be able to beat the Niners. You know, if you're going to play the Niners or play the Eagles, you need everyone healthy. And even if everyone's healthy, you may still lose, but it'll give you a better chance to win. And you're at home. So it's like, if you don't get, and then if you look at Seattle's schedule in the next 4 games, I'm nervous because if Minnesota keeps winning and Seattle keeps losing, Seattle, there is a chance where they may miss the playoffs because if there's going to be teams like, Dallas and Minnesota that have more wins, and they end up being the second place team in their division, the Saints are going to win the division. The Eagles are going to win. The Niners are going to win. Detroit's going to win. They're in. But then it's going to come down to 3 teams: Cowboys, Seahawks, Minnesota Vikings. Only 2 are getting in. I was hoping that Seattle was going to get in, but if they don't start getting shit going, there is a slight chance that Dallas or Minnesota, if they keep trending upwards, may steal Seattle's spot. I hope not, but I'm hoping they can get healthy and get things together. So, yes, yeah. But when I looked at the schedule, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I know the Eagles got a tough schedule, but golly, Seattle's schedule is not being kind to them at this point of the year. I mean, it's one thing if Gino and K9 are healthy. I was like, whoever you play, it doesn't matter. They're going to bring it. And obviously they'll play better at home than on the road, especially if it's a top team like the Ravens. Had a hard time there, but most people have a hard time against the Ravens on the road. The Lions and Seahawks are just 2 examples, right? But it makes me nervous because I feel the trajectory for Minnesota with Dobbs and Jay Jetta coming back in a couple weeks is going up. Seattle is kind of maintaining a flat line, maybe trending downwards a little unless they can get healthy. And then the Cowboys are the Cowboys. When they play shitty teams, they win. When they play good teams, they lose. But we have to look at their schedule as well and kind of pair up and match up. So hopefully it works out, though, because I would love for you guys to be in there. I mean, of course, I'm not going to be biased. I mean, whatever teams make it, they make it. But I would love to be able to see Seattle in the playoffs. I mean, especially if we missed out with the Mariners this year. I can only handle so much so much stress. I'm audacious, baby. You know it. Blazers up by 13? No way. Let's go. Rip City, baby. I should probably flip that on. Yanni Gord, come on, baby. Oh, baby. Wizard, baby. What the hell am I watching right now? Is this really happening? Great pass. All right, I got both games on now so I can watch both. Wow, right in between his legs. That was incredible. Whoa. Whoa. 4-0 Kraken, baby. Yanni. Is this the best quarter that we've had all season? Potentially 5 goals, but 1 got taken back with the review. Nice job, Yanni. I mean, it's probably happened at some point, but it's been a minute. It's for me to remember a freaking quarter like this. Awesome. Oh, we got a penalty. Nice job, Yanni. I know we've lost with a lead like this before, but we won't today. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. No chance. Ah. Triple tie for the win. $2 holla. Let's go, baby. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. We're due for as many games that we watch and the amount of streams that we do. I mean, we're due at least something in our favor at some point. We can't just be struggling and be in misery every single stream. Let's go. Let's go. 9 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo, and we got less than a minute to go for me here, like 30 seconds left, and then obviously we are end of the first period, 4-0 Kraken. Yeah. Who should have won Monday night? The Kraken? I mean, I can already. There's probably been 5 or 6 games or 7 games that Kraken should have won this season. There's been a lot of blown leads in the third period, and then going into like penalty shots, and I mean, just it just sucks, man. Like especially like when they've been usually the aggressor and have played pretty good hockey, but got to be able to hold a lead in the third period, and that was a big struggle. 4-0. Wow, let's go. What the best period I've seen this season doing the streams. That was awesome. Almost 5-0. Let's go. Not good for Chicken. Probably he turned it off. But hey, for the rest of us here, release the Kraken, baby. We're due. We are overdue, baby. Turbo and everyone else. Let's go. 4-0 after the first intermission. All right, let's do some photos. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and then I'll sprinkle some of those in. Awesome. And I love seeing Bjorkstrand get going. It's been a minute. 7 games. And I always like looking for those guys that aren't the most popular, but guys that can contribute. And he was more of a contributor last year, but everyone has been taking kind of it just seems like certain guys are going forward, certain guys are taking a step back, certain guys are trying to get into a proper rhythm. And seeing guys like Oliver Bjorkstrand get going, that makes my heart feel good. Let's go. Everyone getting involved for the Kraken. Yes. Let me put the Blazer game on here so I can watch that also while we have intermission, as long as it allows me to. Right. Let's throw some Seahawks stuff up. We got Seahawks on tomorrow. First time on Thanksgiving. We got Lions and Packers tomorrow. Can't wait for that. Go Lions. And you got the Commanders and Cowboys, which I don't really care who wins that, but normally the Cowboys win at home during Thanksgiving. But hell, if the Commanders were able to beat them, I wouldn't mind that. I got Sam Howell in fantasy. Hell, if he wants to do well on my bench, go. I mean, I'm gonna play Sam Howell or Joshua Dobbs the rest of the year. So if Howell can go off, that'll be good for me. I don't care. I'm not a Cowboy fan or a Commanders fan, but having the Commanders get the upset wouldn't hurt my feelings. But realistically, the Cowboys should win that game at home. It's kind of a tradition. And then we got the Seahawks at home against the Niners, which will be very, very difficult, but not impossible. All Seattle, all day, every day. That was sweet. San Jose Sharks are ready to leave the arena already. They're like, golly, like that? Yeah, that's how we do it. Yes, let's do Dredja. Good choice. When are we going to see him? Oh yeah, let's go. Good. I hope so. I would love to see him in there, especially if we have a big lead still. Nice. I hope he gets in there so I can see it. Holy cow. 17 shots on goal. My goodness. 4 goals, 2 shots missed, 8 blocked. Oh my gosh. We're rolling, baby. Let's go. Yeah. What kind of pranks has he pulled? Oh, baby. One on the left? Meh. One on the right? Yes, please. I definitely would rock that. And that's all sewn and felt in the front. The numbers are sewn. Everything's clean. We have the most one goal games out of all the teams in the NHL. Well, it's not going to be a one goal game today. At least we hope not. 2024 Winter Classic, Seattle and Vegas. Those are sweet. Like if I was gonna get a regular one, I would get the white jersey first, right? But if I was gonna go, if I had the money, I mean, that's definitely. I don't know what those are gonna run. They're pretty expensive, I assume, but they are stylish. They look good, and that is something that you can have for the rest of your life and rock it every year and get comments on it. I mean, that thing is killer. And just the fact that they did like the twill and then the stitching on it, to make it really, really nice. Killer. That's very cool. Little Maddie at University of Michigan. Tell him, Hack. Yeah, I mean, if you were betting on this game, this would probably be the easiest game to bet on all year, just based on the one team that's actually lower than Seattle this season. Most goals in a first period all season, baby. $9.91 to go. Most goals in the first period tonight versus San Jose 4, October 30th at Tampa Bay 3. Carolina Hurricanes on October 19th. 3 in that first period as well. All right, baby. Let's go. I don't expect to score that much here in the second period, but you never know. All right, here we go. Parlayed with basketball. What did you do for the basketball picks? How many game parlay? 5 game? Yeah. But a lot of times, when we ended up losing, it might have been like maybe 1 goal or 2 goals in the first period, maybe 1 or 2 in the second period. So then if it ends up being like, 3-0 and then 3-1 and then 3-2 and then 3-3 and then we lose 4-3 and then they just continuously score on us and we don't score anything else, but just based off the vibe, hopefully that is not the case. That we can end up getting quite a few more and we don't give up a whole lot. But we will see. I can't have emotional damage and have us lose this game. Not having a 4-0 lead after the first. All right, second period here about to start. 3-leg parlay. All right, we're in the second period now. 4-0 Kraken. Night before Thanksgiving. What a good way to be able to win at home, to gain some momentum before we get into the holiday. San Jose Sharks. Power play 2 out of the last 3 games. Okay. I mean, we've already had too many fucking, big leads and blown leads in the third period. I mean, are we the number 1 team with the most blown leads in the third period? We got to be. I don't know if there's anyone else that's blown more leads in a game than Seattle this year. And sometimes it's like 2-3 goal lead and blowing that. Like it's not like we were up 1-0 and then the other team comes back with 2 goals and then we're losing 2-1. It's like we're up 3-0, we're up 3-1, and then all of a sudden at the end of the game we lose 4-3 or 5-4. It's terrible. But when you got a 4-goal lead, feels pretty I don't want to say comfortable, but it feels a lot better than. I don't think we're done. I think there's obviously a good chance that we hopefully can get to 6 today. At least 1 goal, hopefully, in each period. 1 in this period and 1 in the third, I hope. Minimum. Oh, you have no idea. It's my favorite. It's my favorite meal all year, besides Easter, which is pretty much similar too. So, mashed potatoes, gravy, cranberry, ham, and the turkey, and the rolls, the pie. I mean, yeah, I'm ready. And then I'm not going to bring home probably as much leftovers as I normally do, just for like based off space in the fridge and whatnot. But I'm definitely going to bring enough where I'll have another meal, when we do the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers, and then maybe a snack in the following morning. And then it'll probably be done because just with the lack of space with the fridge and everything else. Now, if I had more room, then I'd probably have leftovers for like 4 days or something. But oh, Maddie, MSU in the building. What's good? Here we go. 5-0 Kraken. Let's go. We're not losing. We're not losing. Not today. Let's go, baby. Unbelievable. What the hell is happening today? They're trying to make up for all the fucking blown losses and leads. But I need to see it though. Let me see it though. I mean, the way that we're playing, we're going for 10. All right, show me the goal now. Scoreboard is already updated, but I need to see it. Where's Yamamoto? There he is. Schwartz and McCann with 8 goals each. Damn, Dunn's got 15 assists for the year. Nice. Good job, Vince. Bjorkstrand out there. Yeah! Jared McCann is going off, baby. Oh, baby. Let's go. He's like, I got 1 goal earlier that was taken away. Not that one. Woo! Man, this is us right now. We are electric. And we already know McCann loves to kind of hang around that spot, and he's money. Whenever he's got that nice little crease, game over. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Unbelievable. Wow, Blazers are up by 21, and the Kraken are doing well. What the hell is in the water today? I don't know what the hell is in the water, but I'll take it. Let's go. Nice job. I highly doubt Jonathan Smith would leave. He's trying to build that program, but I mean, you never know. But so I'm not sure about him, but maybe some of the others. David in the building. Raiders. The most likely candidate from what you've read. Wow. No offense to your Michigan State Spartans, but that might be a downgrade. Oregon State has been kind of going on the up and up, and yeah, they need to get someone to replace DJ, moving forward. But with who they have, with like some of their key guys. I mean, they're trying to build that program, but I mean, normally Michigan State is a program where they're not going to be, like that close to Michigan anymore. I mean, obviously with college hoops, that's one thing. Every Mateen Cleaves and in the past and whatnot. But as far as like football, I don't know. To me, like I said, if I had a choice between Michigan State or Oregon State, I'm staying at Oregon State. I'm not going anywhere, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's his alma mater too. It's like he was a quarterback there, so I don't know. I don't think he's got any connection there. Even if they offered him more money, I'm not sure if that would be enough for him to leave. I mean, Damian Martinez is incredible. I mean, he looks like he could be a pretty good NFL running back at some point. But you never know. Five-zero Kraken, baby. This is the most dominant NHL game I've watched so far in 2023, and I don't expect us to shut them out, but hey, a 10-0 win would be pretty sweet. Halfway there. Now, if Jonathan Smith didn't have ties to Oregon State from being like the former quarterback, then I'd be like, okay, maybe there is a chance there. But he was the guy that kind of put Oregon State on the map with Joey Harrington in Oregon back at that time when he was the quarterback and they had Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, and TJ Houshmandzadeh. So there's a lot of history there, and they've been getting better and better and better over the years. I mean, they've only lost 3 games this year, all by like 3 points. So it's like pretty tough, like when you're going against really good competition in the Pac-12. But I guess you never know. You never know. Said David with a Bo Jackson. You want some Raiders love? You got it. Let's get a crispy Bo Jackson. Bo knows. And I got done watching Bye Bye Barry, the Barry Sanders Amazon Prime special. I highly recommend watching it if you're a fan of NFL football or if you're a fan of Barry Sanders. It's very, very good. Bo Jackson, baby. Raiders. That's good, bro. Bye Bye Barry. Watch it. Very, very good. Then you get the real idea of why he ended up walking away when he did. It explains pretty much everything. So, and it's got Herman Moore in there. Eminem has a little blurb in there. Tim the Toolman Taylor. You got Dave Coulier, Uncle Joey from Full House. A lot of people that have ties to Detroit. Jamel, she's on there as well. So there's like quite a few people that have little takes and blurbs, and then obviously his dad and mom and the sisters and the family, his sons. That is a good question. You would have to look that up. Usually with our regimes, depending on who the coach is, a lot of guys, don't get carried over from the staff and they move on depending on how long they've been there, unless it's someone they really, really like. Like for a while, we had the same running back coach for 10, 11, 12 plus years, but and then our strength and conditioning coach ended up leaving with Mario Cristobal, the guy that had the handlebar mustaches and whatnot. So, you're going to have some guys stick around and some guys take off. So, which is understandable depending on where you can get a job. Yeah, Pavel Bode. Yeah, your boy knows. But I was like, oh, Uncle Joey. I was like, shit. I already knew Eminem, was going to be on there and whatnot. But it's cool that they, because obviously it's not like a glitzy place. You know what I mean? It's like pretty rough. They even talk about it. Even back in like the 80s and 90s. I mean, the only press that Detroit or Michigan got was like top three in the murder rate. Obviously every time those statistics came out, with like Louisiana and New York, and obviously with like Michigan and whatnot, and it definitely changed a lot of things. But the management fucked up a lot of stuff for Barry. And obviously trading away, key pieces, towards the end with like Minter and Lomas Brown, they fucked up, and like I said, if you would have, done a better job there, and I know that they were, as you will be able to watch and look in there, they were trying to get Joe Montana to go there to play with Barry, once he was going to leave the Niners, and the management and the other upper ownership said Joe Montana's too old. Then he went to the Chiefs and took them to the playoffs and was still pretty good for like a year, even though he was old. And they were also talking about Warren Moon, but they thought that he was too old too. But that would have been better than Kramer or like Mitchell. So and I guess Mitchell, responded back saying, kind of like "fuck you" to all the people, that he wasn't good enough. Well, he wasn't. He was decent, but he wasn't good enough to get them. And they did, end up getting to like, NFC Championship game against the Redskins in '91. It was in his like third year, and they lost and they got obliterated by like 30. But they thought they were going to be able to match up with the Cowboys and get back there. But it just shows you how hard it is to be able to get there if you don't have the competent quarterback or a good offensive line besides Lomas Brown or defensive players. So, I mean, they had Perryman, they had Herman Moore, they had Barry Sanders, but they never really had coaching a quarterback or a defense good enough to be able to have them compete every year. And if you don't have love, for the game anymore, you got to walk away. And he was never about records, and it goes over that too. Like he didn't even want to win the Heisman when he was at Oklahoma State. His dad was an Oklahoma fan, and it goes over that whole story. And even his dad wouldn't really even give him like full credit. He's like his dad thought Jim Brown was the best running back alive, and even when Barry was breaking all the records, he's like my top three running backs. And he's like Jim Brown even has a Hall of Fame speech. He's like Jim Brown. I want to give a shout out, the best running back to ever live. And here is Barry Sanders, the number three running back to ever live. And then the people were like, well, who's number two? And then motherfucker said him. I was like, fucking Barry's dad said him. I'm number two. And then they interviewed the mom and was like, was he, as good as Barry or better? And she says, oh, he'll say so. And obviously Barry's dad has passed away at this point and whatnot. But definitely a good watch, just like Swamp Kings was. A lot of the NFL documentaries that they do, or quarterback, where they did with Kirk Cousins, Mariota, and Mahomes. I'm looking forward to the quarterback season too. And anytime they do things like that or Hard Knocks, where you get kind of like inside information and you can, have it narrated that way, it's very cool. Ah, okay, I got you. Absolutely, we know that. Making a lot of money off the vehicles, with the Ford name. But I mean, if they just would have done things properly. Same thing with the Colts and Sarah, and with Andrew Luck. If they would have just gotten an offensive line and protected him, maybe he wouldn't have had to rehab so much, and maybe he wouldn't have lost the love for the game. if Barry actually had a competent head coach, besides Wayne Fonts and, someone else, and had a better offensive line, had a good defense, that maybe, Barry, would have played a little bit longer, but he's not going to sacrifice his body for a team that's only winning 4 or 5 games, and he didn't care about records. Again, he was probably the most humble superstar ever. Like when he saw, a potential where he could have, broke the rushing rookie record, like obviously he was only a few yards behind and the coach asked him, you want to get in? He said, no, just let the other guys play. So he could have broke so many records if he was a me guy, but he was never a me guy. He was a team guy. He didn't like that attention. He was always kind of like shy and he just wanted the team to shine, not him, which is very rare to have as like being the best athlete at running back we've ever seen and to be the most humble NFL player probably of all time. And that's why he was always one of my top 5 favorites. It was always Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, and Deion Sanders. Those were always my top 5. And they're still my top 5 today from like old school. Love me some Derek Brooks, obviously, and Mike Allstott, and some of my Buccaneer guys as well. But, I mean, if we're talking about guys that aren't on my own team that I root for, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. All right, we're in the second period, baby. 9 minutes to go. 5-0 lead. I love it. Happy early Thanksgiving. Very excited for football tomorrow. I'm getting picked up early, too, so I got to wake up early, like at 6 or 7. I'm getting picked up at 8, so I got to take Paisley for a 45-minute walk early, and then I'll get to the house before the first game starts at, like, 9 or 9:30 tomorrow? What time is that the Lions game start, 9 or 9:30? And then, obviously, we got the Cowboy game and the Commanders at, 12 or 1, and then the last game at, 5 with the Hawks and the Niners, and I'll be back for that. Come on, Maddie. 9:30 my time. So once she fired Jim Caldwell for Matt Patricia, yeah, that was a mistake. But now you got it right with Dan Campbell. And like I said, I was already a fan. Like some people think like, oh, this guy's loud and he's just like offensive lineman, defensive lineman type of mentality, kind of like meathead type guy or like linebacker, But again, it shows you if you have passion, you're going to have stat guys and analytic guys, and they got a good staff. And I think a piece of me, has always been a fan of the Lions, not just because of Barry Sanders, but that was obviously part of it. And just being able to see these like lovable losers. And now the Lions are probably the third best team in the NFC, behind the Eagles and the Niners. And there's a good chance they may be able to make an NFC championship game in the next 5 years, which is amazing, And so for all the Megatron fans and all the Barry Sanders fans, I imagine they're very, very happy to be able to see this team achieve the way that they are. I mean, you got Goff, amazing. Montgomery, amazing. Gibbs, amazing. Amon-Ra St. Brown, amazing. Sam Laporta, amazing. Aiden Hutchinson, amazing. It's like they haven't had this many amazing players in a long fucking time. Penei Sewell, amazing. It's like they have so many nice pieces there. Ragnar. I mean, they got all the pieces, and they'll still get better and better. But they're fun to watch, and they're now a contender. And like I said, for me, it's about the coaching. You can have all the players you want, but if you had a shitty coach in there, like imagine if Josh McDaniels was the coach of the Lions, you think they would be as good as they are with the personnel that they have? Fuck no. So if you have a coach that you'll run through a wall for, and they appreciate him, doing drills with the players, doing push-ups and running drills. Not many coaches do that. Maybe 4 or 5 in the NFL that we at least see on camera, with the practices that get leaked or people that are filming. And I like him. I've always liked him. If I'm talking about intelligence, I like Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan the best. If I'm talking, and I do like Mike McDaniel and what he's doing there, and Kevin O'Connell, obviously in that little kind of same coaching tree and those type of people. As far as intelligence and smarts calling plays. But if I'm going for passion, you might say that Dan Campbell might be the most passionate coach in sports, and it's starting to rub off on the players where you really believe, and they believe that they can get it done, and it's very cool. Believing is half the battle, and once you believe, then it's just about getting the talent, the personnel, and being disciplined and having the right coaching. And then if all those line up, then you have a team like the Detroit Lions this year. So, yeah, Pete's another one that does. We've seen the famous little clip there with Snoop Dogg and everyone else saying how he's, abusing the players because he's out there doing drills and just, throwing like he's like 25 years old out there. But there's not a lot of guys that do that. But also, Pete is a player's coach. Same thing. Dan Campbell is a player's coach as well. He's going to yell a little bit more than Pete, probably throughout the practices and whatnot. Pete's demeanor will change from time to time, but Dan Campbell will yell, but then also, he's not going to be that guy that just, like a Belichick, where it's just discipline, 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 yelling and punishment. He's going to reward his guys, and you got to have that fine balance of discipline and and a little fun. You got to mix that in too. So. Yeah, and Ragnow has always been one of the better centers in the league too. So, I mean, you don't want to get rid of a great talent like that. So, yeah, the Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, that might have been the one. Like you could say Barry Sanders and Megatron, you know what I mean? But if you're looking like moving forward, getting that statement right there, that's pretty big, to be able to get those pieces there. And it looks like it's the right pieces. And if you're a Lion fan, you probably have hope that, you can get to an NFC championship game, possibly in the next 5 to 10 years. And if everything goes right, maybe you can even have a Super Bowl appearance, somewhere mixed in as well. So very cool. Yeah, but the main thing is just being able to be authentic. A lot of people that are on like social media or just people in general are fake. They're not authentic. So if you're going to be authentic and stay true to yourself, that's what people are going to respect. Not being fake, not being someone that you're not, just being real and authentic. Like The Rock was on Joe Rogan, on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he had a nice little interview on there when Vince, they got to a point where he ended up having knee surgery, and this is right before he got into his prime, and he was the Rocky Maivia, and they were going to possibly cut him, and they said this angle isn't working out, and he was thinking actually going to Pride in Japan and doing like MMA, The Rock, and he saw all the other people making money, and he was talking to Ken Shamrock, and then Vince gave him the call a couple months later when his rehab was done and said, I'm going to bring you in as a heel so you don't have to fake smile anymore as Rocky Maivia. You're going to join the Nation of Domination. And then the rest is history. And then he was able to convince Vince for a 1 minute promo, even though he wanted 2 minutes, to be able to say what he wanted to say and be real and authentic. And then everything is history now. So, obviously, if Rock had to be fake and be that face persona, it wouldn't have worked out. And he was going to probably end up getting fired. He would have got fucked up in MMA. And so everything ends up happening for a reason. He wanted to be in the NFL, going from the U at Miami. It didn't work out with the injuries. Went to the CFL. If you watch Young Rock, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, just, got to be authentic. And that's one thing I respect about The Rock, too. It's like, you got to be the most authentic version of you. That's what's going to make you happy, not being fake. Too many fake people out there. Big facts. I just got to hope Laporta starts putting up stats because in fantasy, I had Mark Andrews, MSU, and he's probably out for the year. Might come back late, but during fantasy purposes, it might be too late for me. Luckily, talking with Sarah and doing my own research, I got Laporta and at the beginning of the year, and I got Taysom Hill as a backup. But he's like, Taysom Hill is like 0 to 4 points or 10 to 20. There's no in between. So that's like really risky. But like with Laporta, he was the man, but that was when Montgomery was out, and it was like mostly Gibbs and then Laporta and Amon-Ra. But now Montgomery is back with Gibbs. Now it's Amon-Ra, Gibbs and Montgomery, and now Laporta's not getting as many targets and looks. So it's like now I'm looking at like 6 to 8 points, but I got to hope that he can get 10 or more, and hopefully Laporta can. So because I'm running Amon-Ra, Montgomery, and Laporta in my lineup, so I'm running 3 Lions, and that's risky. But if they beat the Packers, which they should, Packers got a shitload of injuries. I already know that the Lions are getting the dub tomorrow, 100%. So, and even if the Packers were healthy, they would still beat their ass. And I'm happy. It's about time that the shift of power change and that the Packer fans can suffer. You know, all that unnecessary bullshit that they put all the other fan bases through the Bears and the Vikings and the Lions. Now you're getting a little taste of your own medicine. And hell, I hope the Packers suck for a long, long time. You know, you reap what you sow. I'm hoping that the Lions end up being good for a long, long time and run that division. And then if the Vikings finish in second place, fine, cool. Hell, I would love for the fucking Bears to pass the Packers and the Packers to be in last place. I think that would be great, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. You know, they got a couple draft picks coming up in the top 5, but that ain't going to solve the problem if you go Caleb and Marvin Harrison. I mean, you need O-line, you need defense, you need another Urlacher, Roquan Smith kind of player. There's a lot to do, and you probably got to fire the GM and the head coach. You got to start over, but you know, one thing at a time, I guess. Brock, right? Yeah. Could use a few more pieces in the secondary. You know, getting a stud linebacker would be good for the Lions. Getting better secondary pieces and more depth at corner and safety would be good. You know, extra person on the D line to help with Aiden Hutchinson would be nice. Another good offensive lineman could never hurt. You know, but offensively and with the coach, I mean, like I said, I've been rooting for him, and I've always liked him. And then plus with my Oregon ties with Joey Harrington and him going there, I mean, I've always liked that franchise, and like I always like rooting for that lovable loser. Normally, it was like the Lions, the Jags, and the Jets, like teams that were kind of dog shit, like Tampa. But I would always root for them. But now the Jets got Aaron Rodgers, so I know eventually they're going to turn that around. You know, even though they benched Zach Wilson, and they're going to have to wait for Rodgers for like a year or two, right? And the Jags obviously were the worst team for a couple years. Bounce back. Now they're one of the top dogs, with Trevor Lawrence. So I don't got to really root for them anymore. But like I said, out of me being a Tampa fan, I'm always going to be seeing what the Niners are up to. Being kind of the Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. But always keeping my eye on them and always keeping my eye on the Lions too. So, and we got to fight. Oh baby, bang, 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 bang. Yes, sir. Get him, get him, get him. John in the building. What's good? Happy early Thanksgiving, brother. 5-0 lead for the Kraken and a fight. I think I saw a tooth come out. Let's go. Let's go. Said, you want to fight? He attempted. Boom. Boom. Tanif, baby. Turbo, baby. He said, you want to fight? Let's do it. Electric, baby. What you think about that hack? I like that. $9. Turbo, great sign right there. But I'm going to be going Dobbs, Rachaad White, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, Laporta, Keenan Allen at the flex. Dolphins defense against the Jets. And then Dustin Hopkins, the Cleveland kicker. Mahomes, Mark Andrews, Jets D, Sam Howell, Taysom Hill, James Conner, Najee Harris, and Jay Jetta on IR. So I can't wait for Jay Jetta to come back because that will be my secret weapon. That's going to definitely possibly put me over the top, especially if he's healthy with Dobbs. But then I got to decide who I want to. It'll be Amon-Ra, Jay Jetta, and then Keenan Allen. I guess Mike Evans just has to sit on the bench, and then he'll get in if someone gets hurt or if it's a bad matchup, I guess. But Mike has been good for me. So, thank God I went heavy wide receiver because the only major injury I had was Montgomery, but he's back now, and Jay Jetta. So thank God I went heavy wide receiver, not heavy running back. Otherwise, I would have been really screwed. Nice. Well, they're going to win tomorrow. Did you see the injury list? I don't know if you peeked on spied on the Packers, but they got like 8 guys that are questionable or doubtful that aren't playing. So a lot of their guys are not going to be playing, man. And even if they were full strength, I still would take the Lions. I mean, like I said, they're the third best team. They're the third best team, besides the Eagles and the Niners, in the NFC. So, and then obviously you got Seattle right behind them, and you got Cowboys, and you got Saints, and you got the Vikings. But all right, end of the second period, 5-0 Kraken. All right, let me know what you guys want to do for photos, and we got this. Is he our best fighter out of everyone on the team? It seems like it. All right, let's see what I can find. And we'll just do Thanksgiving photos just for a couple minutes. So that way, Megan will be able to come back through the broadcast once we get into the third period. Can't wait, man. My favorite meal all year. Doesn't get any better. Man, I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Time is going by so quick. I'm gonna go visit Paisley here real quick. See how she's doing, if she's sleeping or not. Oh, baby. Bring all the stuffing to doggy dog. All right, let me check up on Paisley here real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, hold up here. All right, I'll be right back. 5-0 Kraken. What it do? Happy early Thanksgiving, all y'all. Release the Kraken. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. What a great game. Exactly what I needed. Maybe we can get a Kyler Yamamoto goal before the game is over. Haven't seen a whole lot of him, but everyone's involved today. I love it. Or another Maddie. Let's go, baby. Shot starts. 8 shots on goal, nothing. Second intermission. Turkey race. Oh, baby. Yeah, I would like to be able to see Chris in there in net as well. I got to dig here. We got to see, try to find some new photos that have been released for Yamamoto. Got to see if we can find a few. They've been steadily coming in, but you don't get too many of them. Here and there, a few. But I'll take it. Let's see you, Kyler. Some format, some don't format. Some are too big, some are too small. Story of my life. You don't want none of that. You want to fight? You want to fight? You ain't winning the fight. Not with Turbo. Let's go. 5-0 Kraken. Happy early Thanksgiving to everyone in the room. It's almost 9 p.m. here in Oregon on the West Coast. So that would mean that it is almost 11 or midnight already. We're getting very, very close to Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has a happy holiday. And we're going to have an amazing run of hockey and basketball and NFL and college football and a WWE pay-per-view on Saturday. I don't take days off. So we're going to have a lot of fun here in the next 4 or 5 days. And I can't wait. Ooh, baby. And then after this is over, me and Paisley are going to go for a late walk. Walking around in the wilderness, which will be fantastic. Yeah, if you want to throw down, you ain't going to win with Turbo. Let's go through what's going on in the sports headlines. Let's go over the NHL slate as well as the NBA. All right, let's take a quick look here. We got the Predators 3, Flames 1, Golden Knights and Stars knotted up at 1 on TNT. That is surprising. Surprising and not surprising. I think surprising that it is 1-1, but both of those two teams are elite. All right, and then you got Canucks and Avalanche knotted up at 2. Canadiens up 3-2 on the Ducks. Kraken 5, Sharks 0. Take that, San Jose. And then let's go to some finals. Red Wings 4, Devils 0. Odin's son is not happy about that. He's a big Devils fan. Jets 3, Lightning 2 in OT. Bruins 3, Panthers 1. Judah, I know he's happy about that. Big Boston fan. Boston is killing it this year. Rangers 1, Penguins 0. Caps 4, Sabres 3, Hurricanes 6, Oilers 3, and these are finals. Blue Jackets 7, Blackhawks 3, Islanders 3, Flyers 2, and then the Blues 6, Coyotes 5. And let's take a look at the NBA. Some upsets here today. So currently right now we got the Suns 83, Warriors 64, a blowout in Phoenix. Third quarter on ESPN. The Blazers 98, Jazz 75. What the hell is going on today? I'll take it. Rip City, baby. Then we got Mavs 72, Lakers 60 in the third. And these are final scores tonight. Hornets 117, Wizards 114. Hornets with the dub. Magic 124, Nuggets 119. How the hell did Denver lose to Orlando? Pablo Banchero? I don't know, but I need to look. And then we got Hawks 147, Nets 145 in OT. Those were scores that I used to see in the 80s and 90s on the regular, except it didn't take them OT. They would do it in the regular amount of time. Celtics 119, Bucks 116. A big win for the C's. 129-96 Heat over the Cavs on the road. And then the Raptors 132-131 over the Pacers. Rockets 111, Grizzlies 91. The Grizzlies continue to suck with no Ja Morant. What is new? Timberwolves 112, Sixers 99, Pelicans 117, Kings 112, Thunder 116, Bulls 102, and then the last game, Clippers 109, Spurs 102. Sorry, Wemby. Okay. a very action-packed day in sports as far as NHL and NBA. We didn't have any NHL yesterday. And then we're about to get into the third period. All right, baby. Let's go. Thank God it was, we're up 5-0. I mean, I don't know how many more losses I think I could take with the Kraken, especially when it's like you're not just getting beat up every game and you're losing 1-0, 2-0, 3-1, 5-1, 6-2. Like we're the aggressor. We're the team that's usually ahead and we just can't hang on to the lead, but we'll fight when we need to. And it's just nice that everyone is starting to kind of get into a rhythm. Bjorkstrand scored, so that's good. Jared McCann is money every single game. It seems like every game you can almost count him in for a goal. And then obviously these jerseys were leaked. Obviously when they had that Blazers Utah, I don't know if it was Blazers Jazz or one of the Utah Jazz games where they had a player that had one of these that got leaked and whatnot. And they had a photo of it, and they've been casually leaked for the last couple of weeks. But these are for the Winter Classic. Vegas Golden Knights, on a scale of 1 to 10, that jersey is like a 1, and then Seattle's jersey is a fucking 10. I mean, that color combo, and then with the Kraken on the front, all twill, all sewn, all stitched. I mean, the one on the left looks like it, should be at like a garage sale. The one on the right looks like it costs a shitload of money. Let's go. I need me one of them. Let's go, baby. Maddie, he's the man. They actually have different performers for each game. Like Dolly Parton, I think, is doing the Cowboys and Commanders, but they listed off. Is it Jack Harlow? Is Jack Harlow doing the Lions halftime versus the Packers? But I believe it's Jack Harlow in one game, Dolly Parton in the second game, and I'm not sure for Seattle, unless they're doing Macklemore, which would kind of make sense if they went that route. Obviously him being, Seattle native, but I don't think Macklemore is the guy. I remember seeing the list, but I could be wrong. But let me know if you know who it is. But I'm pretty sure I could have swore I saw Jack Harlow was doing the first game in Detroit. Dolly Parton is doing the Cowboys because they've been doing like commercials, and I've seen, Dolly this, Dolly that, Dollywood this, Dolly Parton that. And then, like I said, if I was going to take a guess, it would be Macklemore for Seattle because he is Seattle. It's not like Jimi Hendrix is still alive or Kurt Cobain. And obviously, if Jimmy was alive or Kurt Cobain were alive, then maybe we would see something like that in Seattle. So up here in the Pacific Northwest, we're known for a lot of famous people. So I wish Jimmy was still alive. I wish Kurt Cobain was still alive. But that's a little bit a part of their legacy as well. So, yeah, the Vegas could have been much, much better. But again, also, too, it's not going to be their gold or their black since we're doing the colored jersey. So obviously they had to do, something white. But, I mean, it looks cheap. It doesn't look nice. And it looks like screen printed. Like it just doesn't. It looks like, some China knockoff. Like they had to hurry and get a replacement jersey real fast. And it's like one jersey looks like a 1 or a 2, and then the Kraken one with that, especially with that red S with the Kraken with that twill in the front. I mean, that takes it to a whole nother level. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, the Kraken got beautiful jerseys. I mean, it don't matter if it's going to be the dark blue, which looks black, right, or if you're going with the whites, right? But I mean, they're pretty. But I like the white ones the best. But I mean, it takes a lot for me to be like, wow, like for me to look at like a Mariner jersey or, but this, I was always thinking that this would be my first jersey, right? Like maybe like, a Matty or, a McCann or something like that with the white, depending on what kind of patch. And if I got the first year or the second year, because they switched from like, what, it was like Adidas to like Fanatics or whatever. So like the first year jerseys are a little bit better than the ones that they currently typically have. But man, I don't know. And the long sleeve ones are really cool. Like I don't know. Like I don't got no money for it, But if I had the money, this would maybe be my first jersey. I mean, that is sick. Very clean. I mean, at some point, me and Megan will probably both have them. So her probably before me. So yeah, I like the white jerseys over the dark as well. I think they're more swaggy. All right, baby, let's go Kraken. Finish strong. And I like the all the variations of the Kraken jerseys. It's not like I think any of them are ugly. I mean, especially if you have certain blues. My favorite color obviously is going to be green apple, and I'm a Duck, but obviously I'm a Mariner fan and a Kraken fan. So I like the seafoam blue, the dark blues, the light blues. Like I walk through the neighborhood, and there's houses that are in a residential neighborhood that are painted kind of like a Kraken blue color, and the whole house is with a white trim. And it reminds me of like Newport or Seaside or Lincoln City, like the beach. Because when you go to the beach on the West Coast, there's a lot of colors that remind you of the water or the vibe. And normally, when you go through neighborhoods here in Oregon and Washington, you're going to get the greens and the browns and the whites. But every once in a while, you'll go in a neighborhood and you'll see like the brightest blue you've ever seen, and it pops and it stands out, and it definitely reminds me of the Oregon coast. And there's this one specific house that I walk by every day, and it's got solar panels shit on the roof. So obviously they have a little bit of money, but they got this crazy blue. I don't even know what color it is, but it's like the brightest blue I've ever seen, and it's really nice, man. Like it definitely pops and stands out in the neighborhood, and I like being able to see certain colors on certain jerseys or wherever I'm at in my surroundings. So, with that particular jersey, Megan, you probably would have some more information on it. Do they only have one player available for that jersey for like a throwback name from like a guy that wore it back then? Or do they actually make these jerseys in all of the players for the Winter Classic so you can buy them? Do they have them for like Maddie and for everyone else? Or is it just like a throwback from a player that played back then? Oh, let's go. Tolvanen. 6-0 Kraken. Let's go. Best game of the year for me by far. Of course, you like games that are going to be competitive and close. But if you're a Kraken fan, not so much, because it seems like every time the game is close, we lose. And a lot of times we have a lead and we blow the lead in the third period. So I think that, me and Megan and a few of the other Kraken fans, like we're due. This is overdue. We've been wanting and needing a win like this. I mean, it would be really sweet if we actually shut them out. And normally, I don't want to, shut any teams out. I'll feel like sorry for them a little bit. But the way that the Kraken season has gone, hell, I could take shutouts for the next 10 games and feel good about it. And there's no pity party now, especially with all the close games that we've lost when we should have won. 6-0 Kraken. Let's go. Yeah, they're doing a promo for it. I already subscribed to it, so I've been watching a lot of the Ninja Turtles movies, 1, 2, and 3, and then the Ninja Turtle cartoon from '87, seasons 1 and 2. That's on Prime. So I'm just trying to, figure out where I want to go next. If I want to do like Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or Better Call Saul. I did want to do Sons of Anarchy, but they want you to pay for it. I need to find a platform that has Sons of Anarchy from the very beginning to the end for free, that you don't have to pay anything additional. Like if I'm already paying a certain amount or using someone's account as a friend, to watch something on like Netflix or Prime or Hulu, like I don't want to pay additional after I've already been paying for something. But if anyone knows where I can find Sons of Anarchy on a streaming platform that is free with the platform, let me know. I think that's the one that I was thinking about watching. I love Mayans MC, and that's kind of like the Mexican version, Latino biker gang version in California, Mexico, that just ended. And that was glorious, spectacular. And it was on FXX. It should have been on like HBO or Showtime. based on how graphic it was. But doing the Sons of Anarchy kind of Hell's Angels vibe, I'm down with that. They got the crime, they got the loyalty, you got the bikes, you got the characters, you got the craziness. It's like we got a San Jose player hurt off a line change. What happened there? Maddie being aggressive with him, and then he stumbles and goes right into the wall. Hopefully he's okay. Was it what happened? His ankle? Something happened there. And sometimes I like watching something I've already watched. I think it's like a comfort thing, and I think Megan's like that as well. For a lot of us that have had mental health or depression or anxiety, sometimes it's like I can start something new or start something I've watched, before a long time ago. But sometimes it's like I like to be able to watch something that maybe I already know what happens, but it's just like I enjoy it. So whether that be like True Blood for me or like a cartoon like Regular Show, like I've seen King of the Hill and Simpsons and stuff, but I think it depends on the vibe that you get with the characters and how you bond with them. I did do X-Men and Batman from the 90s. So Batman the animated series, which had like 65 episodes in season 1, which is fucking ridiculous. X-Men, I did that, and did the Transformers and the GI Joe and the Ninja Turtles. So I pretty much did all 5 cartoons that were my favorite in the 80s and 90s. So now I'm looking for other things to be able to watch. So yeah. And that's why I've watched True Blood from beginning to end. Like I already know what happens, and I've already watched it probably full seasons from like season 1 to season 7 or 8. I'll just restart it over. But I've watched True Blood from beginning to end probably 3 times in the last 2 years. Which is a little unnecessary, but I like the characters a lot. And when I find a show like Dexter or Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad, sometimes I find myself going back to it again just because I like it so much. But I know when there's something sitting there like Sons of Anarchy that I haven't really watched from beginning to end, that is something I need to do. So I already did Dexter, and I rewatched that from beginning to end. I just finished it, so that was cool. The new Dexter, the new Blood, I watched that with like his son that gets older. That was actually pretty good. Not as good as the original Dexter because I like when Dexter narrates. So I need to be able to hear him talk, and that's really what makes a show. If you have a good talker in the show that narrates it, and that's why Dexter was so fucking good. They're actors and everything that they did. Good save, Duck Dynasty. But I don't really know where I'm gonna go with shows. I'm looking now to see if there's something that piques the interest, but and I did Grimm, and I watched Grimm from beginning to end, and that's really good in sci-fi as well. And it takes place in Oregon, like really close to where I live. So I'm not sure if a lot of y'all like sci-fi as much as me. And I'm always doing the Star Wars thing, and I watched all those. And remember last time, Megan, when we talked about like Andor, and you weren't liking it as much, and then the Huska, the last one that came out. So when I talked to you, I didn't actually get to watch like the last 2 or 3 episodes, and those last 2 or 3 episodes made me change my mind. So I feel that I thought, that one isn't as good as some of the others. It is as good as all the other ones. Like I just needed to get to the point where they had more of those battle scenes and then kind of a conclusion. So at the time where we talked, I think I was about halfway through the season, and then I didn't know how it was going to end up. But after watching like the last 3 or 4 episodes, I was like, okay, yeah, this is just like all the others. Very good. Anything Star Wars related, I'm going to love. I'm not going to be a hater and be like, oh, I only like the Harrison Ford, or oh, I only like the Natalie Portman. I like all of them a lot. Sometimes I just got to watch it all the way through. And if it's like maybe a couple episodes are a little slow and I'm not seeing as much action, you have to understand in Star Wars, it's coming. You're going to get it. You just sometimes have to wait for episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 1 is good and 2, and then a couple in the middle, 3, 4, 5, maybe a little slower, but eventually it'll ramp up, and it did. And yeah, I take it back. That one ended up being just as good as all the other ones. So, Sons of Anarchy is on Hulu. Okay, is it now? Once you get Hulu, is it free? Like, or do you have to pay? You know, on some of the streaming sites, it's like you pay a monthly fee and then you go to some of the selections and then you have to pay again if it's like depending on how new it is or when they put it out. I've noticed that like on Prime and on some of the other things. So, and I think Netflix is kind of overrated. Like unless it's like Stranger Things, which will shut down the world and no one will be able to reach me for a couple days when when midnight hits, right? When Stranger Things comes out at 12:01, I'm watching. Like I'm that much of a freak for Stranger Things. Like 12:01, 12 it hits. Thursday night, Friday night when I'm watching. So, and then I'll binge watch it. Probably won't go to sleep, and I'll watch like half of the episodes. And then maybe sleep for a little bit, and then watch the rest of it, and I'll be done with it within 24 hours. So Hulu's got the Black Friday special. I think Hulu right now and Amazon Prime are the two best. For as far as like quality, and if you don't have cable or internet or satellite, or even if you do, I feel the amount of programming that you can get on both of those is by far better than Peacock or Netflix. I only have Peacock for WWE pay-per-views only, so and like I have some other ones that I have access to from friends, but I'm thinking right now my favorite is probably Prime and Hulu, but I don't have access, I think, to Hulu anymore. I did up to like last month. I've been kind of on a Prime binge going through all the programs like Graham and Dexter and everything else. So True Blood. And it's crazy because I'm not even really into like the vampire scene with like True Blood, but goddamn, I love the characters. Like once I fall in love with the characters, like I feel like I'm a part of it. Like I'm a part, like I'm there, and I really tried to like get into that mode. And the better the writing and the better the plot and the better the characters, then I get sucked in and then I'm invested. Like once I start a show, I don't stop it. I continue until it's done. And then I start another show. I don't bounce around. But I can't wait for Stranger Things. That is going to be unbelievable. Like it will be the most popular show of all time once that hits, like by far. Like that thing will be peaking too, because if it's the end of the series, it'll not only be number one for a couple weeks, it'll be number one for a couple months. Hell, I'll probably end up watching it multiple times once it comes out. Huge fan. So it looks like we're not going to get Dredja. Looks like we're not getting him. Or maybe we are. I don't know. I mean, we got 12 minutes. It'd be cool to put him in for like the last 6 to 8 minutes. I mean, we're up 6-0. What's the point, right? Unless they think that Chris is going to get in there and give up 2-3 goals, but I doubt it. Hannibal, yeah. What do you like? What do you like the most when you guys watch stuff? You guys like sci-fi? You like horror? You like comedy? You like action? 2 minutes for slashing on the Kraken. Uh-oh. Right. But if you got to think of a scenario that we've been in, out of all the scenarios and all the games that we've been in, this is the perfect scenario. We're not up 1-0, we're up 6-0. We're winning the game. They're not scoring six. So if you think about a scenario for him to come in, this would be one of the better scenarios. The other team has nothing. We have six. We're in firm control. We're at home. It's a night before Thanksgiving, but again, it depends on whenever they feel comfortable letting him play. And they just brought him, up from Coachella, so maybe they want to wait a week or two and then he'll get a shot or whatever. But it would be cool for both of us to be able to see him. Anytime we can get another person some time on the ice, so for whatever reason, if Grew is injured or we can't count on him this season as much, then we have Joey and we have Chris, and then we'll feel good. But we don't want to have just one goalie, and we don't want to have three goalies that suck either. We need to make sure that we're giving ourselves a backup plan until Grew gets healthy, mentally or physically or both. Who do you think the best player has been for the Kraken this year? McCann? I mean, with his slap shots and one timers and rebounds and just sitting in the crease, it just seems like it's like that's the guy that you can count on getting probably a goal or assist more than Schwartz too. Schwartz has been Jaden been good, you know. Schwartz and probably those two. Is that what we would say? That those two have been the most consistent. McCann and Schwartz. I just really love that Oliver. Oh god, a fucking golden. I've been rooting for him. I like seeing those guys that are like the fifth, sixth, seventh option to score. But once they actually can get confident, and then you feel like they could score any game, but it just so happens that maybe they missed, but like they're pretty on point. I want Oliver to get back to where he was last season. So that one was kind of special for me today. Bjorkstrand. Because like last year, Bjorkstrand was the guy that would get our first goal sometimes, where he would be the guy to get it started, and then he would assist and kind of be in the mix of things. This year, it's been a little bit slower for him, but once you get him going, it's like a car heating up, and then things will be good. I think. Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few. I guess it just depends on if we're doing it based off goal scoring or if we're doing it based off a goal scoring and assists or just based off our eye test and what we feel. So, I don't know. It's just nice because like when you have more confidence in everyone in the team, Yanni and Ty and Yamamoto and Maddie. And it's like we don't even talk about Maddie. Maddie's supposed to be one of our best players, and it's like we know that he could be one of the top guys. But I mean, if Maddie's our fourth or fifth best guy, with other guys stepping up, and then eventually he gets hot, and then he ends up being one of the top three or four, then that's ultimately just going to make us better. 6-0 Kraken. Let's go. I like Yanni a lot. Adding him to the team gave us like some chemistry and continuity, and just another cool piece that we can root for. It's like our team was good, but to add him, I thought was a little like cherry on top, icing on the cake. I really liked it. Just like I like this jersey. Might be my new favorite jersey right now. I mean, it makes the Vegas one look like some like cheap garage sale find. One looks like it costs like $300 to $400. The other one costs like it looks like $50. Thank God we got the good one. Beautiful. I hope we shut him out tonight. Jeez. God, those jerseys are sick. I like seeing people like have it on too, and like I said, I looked for videos on like Instagram and Twitter to see people with them on and like how they looked up close with the stitching and everything. And that's probably, like I said, between the Mariners and the Seahawks and the Kraken, I'd have like, besides the Seahawk throwbacks from the 80s and 90s, those are top tier, some of the best I've ever seen. And I don't even have to be a Seahawk fan per se to like those. I mean, it's just like the Kelly Greens for, with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Houston Oilers. There's certain jerseys that are just amazing. And add that Kraken jersey to the list. That's going to be a good seller, too. I can tell, the vibe from people in Oregon and Washington and the Pacific Northwest. That one is going to sell, and it'll sell for years to come. Like it'll be on like NHL shop, eBay. Like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want that jersey. I mean, hell, I want it. And normally I'm not like, ooh, like I'll be like, yeah, I want that. I want the white jersey, and then I'll choose who I want, Maddie or whoever I want to get. But that one though, it's like, gosh, it's a beautiful, beautiful jersey. It just pops. And like I said, the fact that it's a good quality. The twill with the S in the front has got me. You know what I mean? When I look at the numbers and I look at the everything that it provides. Like you're looking at the numbers are sewn, and that'll be normal. But the big S with the twill, and just the fact that it's got the Kraken there, and normally with the throwback, it would say Seattle, different team name, obviously not the Kraken back then and whatnot. What was it? The Metropolitans? Is that what they were called? The Seattle Metropolitans. They won the NHL Stanley Cup way, way, way back in the day, like 1917, 1918, around that time. So very cool. And now I would love to be able to see one of those original jerseys if there's some on the internet and see what like one of those original ones. I've seen a photo, a black and white photo of one of the players wearing, like I believe the Metropolitan jersey that they based it off that Kraken throwback in the Winter Classic. But I love it when they do the hockey outside as well. Anytime they end up doing those, matchups and it's like outside in the elements and whatnot, like in the open, that's like the coolest thing ever to me. Like I remember watching those, back in the day when I was younger and thinking, wow, that would be so cool to go to, outside and watch hockey, like somewhere that it's not supposed to be, you know, very cool concept. Yeah, reading is knowledge. You got to read. The more you read, the smarter you get. The more that you're on your timelines and the more articles you're reading, the more buttons you're clicking, the more information you can retain. It makes you more knowledgeable about everything. 6-0 Kraken. Man, I'm in heaven right now. Outdoor hockey, I've never been, but like that would be something on my bucket list before I die. I would love to go, even if like I had to watch someone other than the Kraken. Like it's like, oh, I ended up, going to, Michigan or whatever. Like depending on where I'm at and wherever these events are. I'm in New York or whatever. Like because they have a couple of locations where they do these particular hockey outside, type of matchups. And I don't know how long they've been doing them for. You guys would probably know like what date they've started doing those. But I remember being younger and seeing them on like NBC. Normally it would be like Notre Dame would be playing football, but then you would see this like hockey matchup outside. And I always thought to myself, oh my God, how cool would that be to be there? It's like you don't even have to be a hockey fan to appreciate the surroundings and the setup and what it would be to like a vibe to be there. Very cool. How long have they been doing the Winter Classic? And was it called something other than Winter Classic prior? 07 Pittsburgh at Buffalo. I'm man, that's some memories back then. And is it something that they do now every year? And it's like, and then how many games are played? Is it just like one game a year, and that's the Winter Classic, and they just choose two teams, and then it's one time, and that's it? Like that's something that's so cool that should be more than one time. Like if they're going to do it, they should do more than one team and an outside venue. Like you got to let people celebrate that shit. Tomas Hurdle hasn't hurt us. Come on, Bjorkstrand. Great job by Joey tonight. Great job by the Kraken. Great job by Hack. Great job for Seattle. Stadium series. Oh, I bet. and hopefully we'll be able to build up, the Kraken and like how I'm doing with the Mariners at some point. And the better we are, the more people will show up. So Pacific Northwest sports are on a very, very good level right now for Oregon and Washington, regardless if we get Otani or not. But really don't like the Eugenio Suarez move. But again, it is what it is. In 2014, nice job, Joey. $2 holla. Purple top for the win. Yeah. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. LA night. Yeah. Let's go. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos. You want some hacks? I can do some hacks for you. $11, 89 to go. Yeah, this is like literally the most enjoyable hockey game I've watched in such a long time for this team this season. There are a lot of heartbreaking losses this year. Like unbelievable. And then we got to a point where we just expected it. We were going to lose. Like, oh, we got a 4-1 lead. Doesn't matter. Can't even get excited about it because the same thing would happen over and over and over. We had a 1-goal lead, 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead, 4-goal lead, and it still didn't matter. Man, 6-0 feels good. But of course, bing bong, 7-1, just like that. 6-1, and then bing bong. They wanted to make sure I got that other goal in. 7-1. Let's go. Oh, that was fast. Here's a goal, and then here's a goal. Well, I was really wanting the shutout, but that's being greedy. All right. They're already in fucking misery right now. But then we added another, so we'd be like, hey, all right, you want one? We'll add up and we'll get another. So there we go. Oh man, this is gonna, and it's right before Thanksgiving too. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hoffman, baby. Tolvanen. Just like that. Heck yeah. You score, and then we're not feeling sorry for ourselves. We're just like, okay, you scored. We're going to score right now, right again. No problem. Heck yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice job, Eli. Tobinin, baby. Best game of the year. 7-1 Kraken. Man, we are electric tonight. I wish every game that I streamed was like this. And it's going to be really sweet when we end up getting a win like this against like an elite team like Dallas, Colorado, Boston, or Vegas. Like instead of losing 7-1, we're going to win 7-1. Where's Hack's family reside when it's the off season? Let's go. 7-1 Kraken. 8 goals? Man, this feels good. Nice job, Eli. All right. We gave up one. No more for Joey. We want to keep Joey clean now the rest of the game. I don't want any more coming through. Fantastic job. In net, all game, in for Grew. Jed coming back soon. Good shit. Nice job, Joey. Ooh, Vancouver Friday night. But we'll be doing Ducks and Beavers, so So we'll be doing Seahawks and Niners tomorrow at 5. And then we'll be doing the Ducks and Beavers around 5:30, and then WWE pay-per-view on Saturday, and then Sunday night football. I assume we'll figure out what we're doing on Sunday. I haven't looked that far ahead. So Friday we also have the Dolphins and the Jets. So potentially I could do that and do the Ducks and the Beavers, I suppose. But I don't really know what the turnout would be for the Dolphins and Jets. If people really give a shit about that, most people will be shopping, or they're going to be busy. They're going to be doing stuff, eating leftovers. Steelers Bengals, good matchup. Jags Texans, good matchup. Bucks Colts, interesting matchup. Saints Falcons, interesting matchup. Pats Giants, no one cares. Panthers Titans, no one cares. Rams Cardinals, no one cares. Browns Broncos, interesting matchup. Chiefs Raiders, interesting matchup. Can the Raiders beat the Chiefs? Bills Eagles, interesting. Ravens Chargers, good matchup. And then Bears Vikings on Monday night. Go Joshua Dobbs. And then Chargers Ravens on Sunday night. Herbert going against that elite defense and Lamar Jackson. North Dakota. Kraken win. 7-0 would have been amazing and whatnot, but I guess, for them not to feel completely sorry for themselves. The Hack Attack is back, baby. Hey, you want to fight? We got one. You want Turbo? Come and get him. Love me some McCann. My boy, Bjorkstrand, let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Let's go. Nice job, Joey. Let's go. Nice job, Hack. Nice job, Eli. Nice job, Kraken, whoever made this jersey. This design is wonderful. Awesome, man. Best win that I've been able to enjoy on stream this year. Very cool. Let's go. Amazing. Anything else that you guys want to see photo-wise before I go on my long walk here with Paisley? I got to eat dinner still. I still haven't ate dinner yet or anything, so I'm going to go for the long walk. But, man, that one felt good. Final score, Kraken 7, Sharks 1. Let's go, Kraken. Release the Kraken. Sorry, Sharks, not today. Kraken, baby. Time to release the Kraken, defend the deep. Before the matchup, at the end of the matchup. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Happy early Thanksgiving. Kraken hockey is electric. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to go take her for a walk. Well, you guys are awesome. I love you and I appreciate you. You're a vegan, so no really big celebration, I assume, on your end. So I understand that, but I hope you have a great time there in Australia and you're enjoying yourself. And I look forward to speaking with you whenever you can. Appreciate your support. You're a GOAT. We love you. We appreciate you, Sarah, always holding it down. And then everyone else on Twitter and X and everyone else in the room. John, I see you. Appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Hawks and the Niners at 5 o'clock. Here on Thanksgiving Day. And we got the Packers and the Lions on at 9:30, then the Commanders and the Cowboys, and then the Niners and the Hawks. 12-man stand-up. It'll be fun, even though there's going to be some injuries. And we'll be streaming tomorrow. So happy early Thanksgiving to all. I love you and appreciate you on Twitter, X, and here on YouTube. Thank you to anyone that donated, commented, and shared. You guys are the GOATs. I love you. And I got one question for you. Well, you don't talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Happy early Thanksgiving, and I'm out. Okay.